Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Plan with Sammy. In today's video, we are planning and chatting about the week of April 27th through May 3rd in my MäksēLife vertical planner. This is the last plan with me that I'm strictly using my MäksēLife, which I kind of feel a little sad about, but I'm also excited to be moving in to my simplified weekly, which hopefully will happen sometime in this next week. But I will still be sharing MäksēLife as we check in with goals and all of the fun things that I've wanted to accomplish this year. And so I have my weekly actions set up. We'll chat about this in a minute. I did want to really quickly check in with this past week. So today is Sunday, April 26th. I need to fill in my steps, but I did complete my week on Step Bet for walking. And so I'm in my final week this next week, which we're going to talk about also in a minute. So I need to put in those steps there. But I think I got I'm trying to remember. Can I even look at my watch? I think you can only look at today on your watch. Yeah. But I know it was both of these dates were over 10,000. And so we're doing good. Today, stepwise, we're at 2,000. But today's my rest day, so I'm just trying to enjoy the day. For those of you who did not know, earlier today, I actually set up my planner with a Lost Without a Plan. Over on her channel, we did a live plan with me video where we chatted about books and family activities and planning, and it was super fun. I'm so happy and grateful that she invited me to do that with her. So thank you. If you haven't seen that video, it's linked on both of our channels under our live section. My very first live ever. So a little nerve-wracking, but I think it turned out to be a great and fun experience. So go ahead and check that out. And hear a little planner chat, but I thought I would take the time now to actually set up my planner. And so this week has been pretty good. As it goes with my spring joy list, we did get some baking done. On Wednesday this week, my son got sick. Hand, foot, and mouth is running rampant in the daycare. Luckily, he did not get that, but he did have a fever, and so on Tuesday night, and so I decided to just put in for a sub and stay home with him on Wednesday. And of course, when he woke up Wednesday, he did not have a fever, and he was his happy little self all day. But it's fine. I wanted to be precautious because I do not like it when people send their sick kids to school and then my children get it. And so I wanted to make sure that I was being courteous and doing my part to making sure that my children were healthy before sending them back to school. And so we stayed home on Wednesday, and because we stayed home, we decided, my daughter and I, when my son was napping, we baked cookies. And it was Earth Day. My daughter was a little upset that she was missing out on her little Earth Day activities at preschool. And so we turned on the Lorax and we baked cookies. And then when the Lorax was over, I introduced her to Ferngully, and we watched that movie and ate our cookies that we baked, and it was just a really fun day. And I was actually very productive on Wednesday as well. So super proud and happy about that. Planting flowers, I need to figure out what we're doing with that. I need to go to the store because my daughter wants to do a fairy garden with that. And so I think we need to kind of map out what we're going to do first and then just go get some stuff. And then we were going to go feed the ducks yesterday on Saturday, but some things came up and the weather here has not been great. And I honestly did not want to go feed the ducks in rain. with my little kids. And so hopefully in May, things will be a little bit better. So let's jump in and check in with this week and what we're going to do. So I've kind of shifted things a little bit. So for personal, I want to get my April reflections done. And with that, I need to go print out all of my memory pictures and set up my memory pages for April in my planner. I need to set up May. I'm still going to set up the monthly view in this planner, but I think I'm going to do a memory a day or something like a joy or gratitude. I haven't decided yet. Maybe it'll be a mix of all three. But I'm going to make that more of a reflection memory keeping spread. And then the weeklies will be just tracking different things. And then my Sunday reset, which is essentially me resetting my life and making sure I'm ready for the upcoming week. For fun and recreation, I just want to focus on reading. I've really enjoyed reading right now. And so I need to pick out my next book. I think it's going to be another Emily Henry book. I'm currently reading Book Lovers. My audio book minutes ran out on Spotify this week, which is always so infuriating because I bought extra minutes. So you originally have 15 hours. I bought an additional 15 hours and I ran out. So I've listened to 30 hours worth of books. But it made me mad because I literally only had 10 chapters left and I listened to them at 2.5 speed. So I was going to finish it that day. And then it was you're out of minutes. And I didn't want to have to pay for more. Because I already think it's ridiculous that I have to pay extra to finish my books. And so I do have the physical copy of the book. It's just finding the time to sit down and read it. And so hopefully I can finish that and then start a new one. I think I want to read Happy Place next. I think that's what it's called. I'm trying to see if I can see it on my bookshelf. But I can't. But I know it's the pink one. That's what I want to read. For work and learning, I want to start planning next year's curriculum. I know what I'm teaching next year, which I have some feelings about, but we're not going to get into that here. Education is just wild right now, you guys, and it makes me really, really mad. But I'll be going back to 8th grade next year. I also get to teach 9th graders, and I have one section of honors to teach next year, which will be fun. But I kind of have to figure some things out because some things are getting changed around, and so I really want to make sure, and our district is just being a little crazy right now. So I just want to make sure that my lesson plans are solid. And if anyone were to walk in and look at them, they'd be oh, she knows what she's doing. And so that's my goal this summer, really, with work, is to solidify everything I teach to make sure that it's bell to bell, standards, objectives, all the education buzzwords. It's going to be good. And so I'm going to start kind of mapping out what I want to do next year. I still want to teach the same stuff I have been teaching, but just kind of change the order. And I also want to add a little bit more rigor to my honors class. And so there's that. For our family outing this week, we're going to go to Home Depot and do their little kid workshop. They're building little jewelry boxes, which is super cute. And so we're going to do that. And I think that will also be an opportune time to get stuff to plant flowers. So maybe we'll get to do that as well and do our little fairy garden this next weekend. Health and wellness is the same as it's been all month. Hitting my 8,000 steps 4 times a week, 10,000 2 times a week, my 3 workouts, tracking what I eat, and then this last one's fun. I was just celebrating my step bet challenge and accomplishing that. I'm so proud of myself that I've stuck with this all month long. And so I know that the creator, her name's Nikki, she is doing one in May as well. And so if you're interested in that, you can definitely sign up. It starts May 4th. And so if you want to sign up, I would sign up now. I'm still debating if I want to or not. I feel like I've kind of developed a routine with walking that I don't know if I need to. But it's also just kind of fun to like have that challenge perspective in mind. So I might sign up on Sunday next week. I'm going to think about it. But we have scriptures and gratitude for spiritual. I want to revisit my budget for May. And my focus for physical environment is just keep up on laundry. Laundry is like the death of me. And so we just need to figure that out. But here's my spread. And this kind of feels weird being like, this is a plan with me, but I've kind of already set it up. But I really wanted to share it with you guys and kind of talk you through everything. Because this is what I was doing with Lost Without a Plan, Amanda Lynn, on her channel when we were doing our live. And so I wanted to just share it with you guys and talk you through everything that I'm doing. This is a hand can plan kit. It's like from a couple summers ago. And I love it. It's so cute. And it just makes me super happy. But Monday, tomorrow, the 27th, which, fun fact, is exactly 2 months from my birthday. And I'm a huge birthday person, so the birthday countdown officially starts tomorrow. But anyways, for Monday, I just have work, which 4 more weeks till summer vacation. That's what I keep telling myself. 4 more Mondays. That's what we tell ourselves at work. I don't really have anything going on tomorrow at work, but I do want to make sure we schedule dentist appointments and get that figured out. So I made myself a little note. And then a fun little sticker I thought I would try out all week is to track my water, calories, and steps this way. And so I do all this through apps, but I also think it'd be fun to like write it down, especially if this planner now is more fitness and goal focused. I want to see that growth, or just like the ups and downs of that in my planner. And so that is what we're doing. And so I'm really excited about that. And then I have meal planning down here. So I wrote out Monday already, and we'll write out the rest together really quick. But for breakfast, I'm going to have a protein drink and some protein waffles. I just get the Kodiak frozen waffles. And I personally like the chocolate chip ones the best, but I don't put syrup on them. I just eat them plain because I'm weird, according to my husband. It's also a lot easier to eat a waffle without syrup on it on your way to work, or as soon as you get to work, than it is with it. And so I'm not really a big syrup fan either. But anyways, that's breakfast. For lunch, I'm making myself a Lunchable and have a banana with that as well. My Lunchable is really just going to be some like cut up turkey meat and then cheese and crackers. And then have a banana to go with it, which will be interesting because I'm not a big fan of bananas. But I was reading some like nutrition things on like bloating because I feel really bloated right now. And one of the cures it says was to add more potassium to your diet. So we're going to eat some bananas this week and see how I feel afterwards. And then for dinner, we're keeping dinners really simple this week. And we're doing hot dogs. I actually, for groceries, didn't have to buy anything for any of my dinners, which was nice because that's sometimes really stressful. And then Greek yogurt will be my snack, and so that'll be good. And then this little box right here, I thought it would be fun to write like a positive vibe or something good that happened that day, or like a little piece of motivation. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I saw this in another planner spread. I was looking up like wellness and fitness planner spreads the other night, and one person like wrote like a good thought each day. So I thought I would try that out. So for Tuesday, it's work. We also have dance, and my daughter is doing her pictures that night, so she'll be in her cute little costume, which also means that I have to do her hair and her makeup and like the whole thing, which is honestly stressful. I stress out about that kind of stuff because my daughter is very picky about things, and like she's very, I don't even know what it is. Like when it comes to like textures of clothing, or like even like how her hair is, if it feels weird to her, she crashes out and she does not like it and she won't wear it. And so I think Monday night, so tomorrow, I'm going to have her try on her whole costume. Because they just gave it to us in a bag last week. And they said, do not have your daughters wear this and tell pictures because we don't want them to get ruined or dirty. Which, fair. With 5-year-olds. But I think I am going to have her try it on tomorrow. And kind of like spend a couple hours or just even like an hour in it, because she's not going to be wearing it that long for pictures, but just so she can like get the feel, be like, this is how it's going to feel on. It's normal. You're going to be okay. And same with her hair. We might practice that tomorrow too, because it needs to be half up, half down and curly. And her hair is still really short. Like it's a short bob. And so we're going to have to work some dance mom magic. And this is like all new to me, because when I was a kid, I did sports. Like I was a very tomboyish girl. Like I wore boy denim shorts and t-shirts, baseball hats. My hair was really short, like my daughter's, but really short. And I just did all the sports, basketball, soccer. And then in high school, I ended up playing lacrosse. And so very different from this dancing, girly, tutus and sparkle world that I am living now as a mom. And they like have to have everything a certain way. And so definitely has been a learning curve for the both of us. But she is such a good little dancer and she loves it. And so whatever makes her little heart happy makes me happy, and I will just learn and figure things out. But anyways, that was a long way to say, because Tuesday's kind of busy and I get home at 4. And then her dance and stuff's at 6, but they want us there a little early for pictures. And we need to get costume, hair, makeup, all that done, plus feed everyone. I'm doing takeout on Tuesday. I'm just going to pick something up on my way home from work. It honestly just might be McDonald's. And we're going to call it good. But for the rest of the day, I'm doing my protein drink and waffles, my lunch bowl, but I'm switching out that banana for some apples and peanut butter. And then sticking with the Greek yogurt for my snack. I found that with eating foods, if I keep most of my day the same, it's a lot easier for me, for mentally and just like physically, to be like, oh, this is what I'm eating, and then just eating it instead of just trying to like figure out, what do I want for lunch this day? And so I really like that routine. And I think I'm going to carry that on into the summer, and then just swapping out dinners to make those easy. On Wednesday, work, I have a student government meeting. We have to plan out some things for like our banquet and end of year stuff. And you guys, that is so stressful right now, because I keep getting emails from parents being like, we heard you were thinking about doing it this day and you shouldn't because we have things. And it's like, I cannot appease everyone's schedule. And we've already rescheduled it once. And so I'm getting to the point where I'm like, sorry, we really would love you and your student to be there so we can celebrate them. But it's the end of the year, and at the end of the year in a junior high, there is stuff happening every night. There's banquets for everything or final parties. We have sports up till like mid-May, and then like we get out of school on the 22nd. Like, it's crazy. And so to find a night that we can do this has been so hard. And so I'm meeting with my admin on Wednesday to finalize everything. And I might just tell them, like, we need to stick to this day. I know we've been spammed with emails saying all these different things, but if we keep changing it, we're not going to have a banquet. And so it's hard, but it's how it has to be, I guess. But that's all I have on Wednesday, which I'm grateful for. So I will be able to relax, get some things done at home. And then for dinner, we're just doing mac and cheese because, once again, it's easy. And it's a crowd pleaser at our house. Both of my kids love it. My husband loves it. It's super easy to make. And so that's what we're going to do on Wednesday. On Thursday, I have my teacher book club after school, which for this one, because it's the last one, we haven't had a book this month to read. But we get to bring and do like a little book talk about our favorite books we've read this year. And like, we're basically helping each other build our summer TBR list, which I think is so much fun. And then we're also doing like a little book exchange. So you're like bringing a book and then you can take a book type of thing. So I'm really excited for that. And then of course, we're watching Survivor that night. I am so sad for those of you that watch Survivor. I am really sad that Christian got voted off this past week. He was my absolute favorite. And I feel like that was not cool of Jimmy Fallon to kick him off like that. Sorry if that was a spoiler to anyone, but I feel like it's fine. But yeah, I'm so sad. And like, me and all my teacher friends that watch Survivor, we were all mourning the loss of Christian on Friday. I have one friend and she has a Christian t-shirt. And so she wore that on Friday and all the students were like, who's that? And it was so funny. And then Friday, so much fun, is our spring dance. And I am so excited for that to be done. One of the most stressful things about being the advisor over student government is the dances. Probably the assemblies first, and then the dances. Just because I don't know how they're going to go. And my students this year in student government, I feel like have been like, they've gone rogue a few times. I'm like, what is happening? That was not the plan. And so it's fine. It's our last one of the year. I'm really excited. The theme is Under the Sea. And so we got like a bunch of fun, like, decorations for that. We'll be decorating that day during school in the gym. And then, yeah, their dances from 5 to 6:30, which will be nice. And then we'll have the weekend. And so I'm really excited for that to be over. Because then it's really just the banquet that I have to worry about. And then our closing assembly, which is like the last week of school. So we're almost to the finish line with student government for the school year. And then, of course, we have summer stuff. But we're excited for the end of some things. And then I'm doing pizza that night for dinner just because I'll be coming home from the dance probably around 7. And so either my husband can order pizza and I can just warm up some pizza when I get home, or if they want to wait until I get home, I can bring them home pizza. And yeah, once again, just trying to keep it easy with everything. And then this weekend, I'm not really doing anything, which I'm not mad about. We do have the Home Depot thing in the morning on Saturday, but other than that, we're pretty much just hanging out at home, which those have become my favorite weekends, is just knowing that I can be at home and no one is gonna bug me. And so, looking forward to that. I did make a little note though to celebrate my step it challenge, because that ends on the 3rd, but the way I have it set up is if I get all my steps in through Saturday, Sunday has always been my rest day. And so my plan is to get my steps in on Saturday and then celebrate. So in the comments, I want you to tell me what are some fun ways that you would celebrate reaching a fitness goal. They can be food related, but I kind of want to like look past that instead of being like, oh, I'm going to go buy myself a treat because I did this, which is totally fine. I feel like that's valid. But I kind of want something a little bit bigger. Like, I have been walking consistently all month long. And it's really cool. Like, the little stats it sends you at the end of the week. Like, I've walked over a marathon each week, which is awesome, because before that, I was barely even moving. And like, honestly, this challenge, if it's done anything for me, it's like brought awareness to how I was not moving at all. And it's kind of scared me a little bit. But just let me know. What do you think? Like, I was thinking maybe like walking shoes or like new leggings to work out in. Or, I don't know. As of right now, I did the calculations and I should be making around like between $40 and $45, depending on like, because they like take out a small portion as like a fee to like transfer the money and stuff. And so, depending on how that fee works, it's between there. And so, I might just use that money that I make back though to go out and celebrate. And so, I don't know. Leave me all of your comments and ideas down below, and I will keep you posted on what I decide to do. And then on Sunday, we don't really have anything going on. We have church. And then we're doing a family dinner at my parents' house. And so that will be fun. We're doing a taco bar. That's what I was told. And my family is in charge of the activity. And so I think we're just going to do like board games. We got a new board game over Christmas. And it's called like Ransom Notes. I think that's what it's called. And we have yet to play it. And so I thought it'd be fun to play it with my family. I read the instructions and kind of like what it's about. It's kind of like apples to apples, but you write ransom notes. And like, so you have a random prompt. And then you have to write a note or whatever the prompt is to match that. But you're like given like just like little words. And so we'll see how it goes. And then I do want to do my weekly check-in. Just to kind of like let you guys know, the reason why I don't have one of these for Sunday is because that is my rest day. It's also like my maintenance day. And so I'm really not tracking water or calories or steps on Sunday. Because it's for rest. And it's not like to have the mentality like I can eat whatever I want. It's just like we're not going to be hyper-focused on that. So, anyways, that's just a little preface there. And then my little sidebar, I have my errands that I need to run this week. I need to pick up photos from the month. I usually get those printed at Walmart, so I just need to get those printed so I can cut them out and get my April photos in my planner. And then I need to go to Sam's Club just because I like their protein drinks, the Core Power ones the best, and that's like really the only place I'm able to find them. So I need to go to Sam's Club. And then Winco is where we do groceries, and so those would probably be Saturday things. And then I have my little walking and workout schedule here. And then my habits for the week is just that walking, tracking my food, my night routine, my money check, scriptures, read for fun, and then my tidy. So my weekly or my daily tidy. And so here is my week. I know you've been able to see it, this whole plan with me, but I did get to fill out my meals with you, which is fun. I really like how this is set up. I love the colors. I also love like the functionality of this planner setup. And so let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Also, drop something fun that you're looking forward to this week. I love to hear about your weeks and just the fun things that you guys are up to as well. And don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my planning content here on YouTube. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all later. Bye!